and welcome to this video brought to you by Crayon. This video will be the first video for our basic series for those just getting into graphic design, really need a foothold on where to start. This will be the first video. It'll really get you started, and it's basic typography. So basically what we're going to do in this first video, open up your program, whatever you're using. You can use Illustrator, Photoshop, or GIMP, it doesn't matter, just as long as you can use text and manipulate it. So basically if you don't know too much about typography or anything like that, typography is a big part of graphic design, and it's kind of the make or break deal of what's sending your message. So what we're going to learn here today is two different things. First, I'm just going to go over three of the most commonly used fonts, font styles. So we'll go ahead and get started here. First one we're going to have is what we call serifs, and then we'll go down. All I'm going to do is just going to go ahead and select this. I don't need that extra space down there. Anyways, we'll go ahead and get our selection tool. Hotkey for that is V, by the way. And then we're just going to, on this, just going to Command or Control C to copy it, Command or Control V 2 times to paste it. Those are just a few simple hotkeys to learn. Makes things a little faster. And then we're just going to change this to sans serifs, and then we will change this one to script. Now, many of you are probably familiar with this, but I'm just going over this for those who do not. So bear with me, I understand this can be a bit boring, but some people need a place to start. So basically, if you're not familiar with this, serifs are fonts that are going to be like Times New Romans. So let me just pull that up here. Times New Romans, and what we're going to see here is these little tails, these little extra add-ons to the text. Those are what are called serifs. Now sans serifs is, we've already got a sans serif text here. It doesn't have those little tails. So your fonts like Arial and Bank Gothic, stuff like that, they're not going to have those little tails. In script, you'll see script a lot on like sports uniforms and stuff like that. That's not the right text, so let's go and there we go. So brush scripts, very commonly used font for sports uniforms and all that. But that's the basics of that. These are the three most commonly used texts. So if you start getting advanced, start doing your own graphic design on the side, or you get hired to do graphic design, or someone just likes your work and they want you to use certain font, and they're like, oh, I want a font with those little tail things on it, or I want a very basic font, or we have baseball jerseys we need to make. It gives you kind of an idea to go with. But enough of the really basic stuff. We'll get into our next order of business. So I'm going to hit Command R, Control on the PC, and I'm just going to drag out these guides. Basically what I did, I just put these rulers up here, and that allows me to drag out guides and measure and all that stuff. Very, very helpful when your designs have to be very precise on the size. So get used to that. This is more of an exercise for you guys. So I have 4 quadrants here. And first I'm just going to type out the word fun, and I'm going to change this to a different font so we can read it better. Change this to an Arial font. That's fine right there, Arial black, that's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and Command C to copy and paste that 3 times. Again, that's Command or Control V to paste that. And just drag these to their different areas. And basically what we're going to do here, this is an experiment kind of project for new people to do. Again, that's what this video is intended for, correct? So what you got to do is, come up with 4 different words. And so the words that I have is fun, and on this one I have modern. So I'll change this to a modern font, and this one I have scary. And for the last one, a little twist, just to show you what else you can do with this. We'll use the word random. Okay, well, if I can spell it correctly. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is with fun, first what we want to do, again, this is an exercise, try to find a fun font. And this is a good way to know your font, get used to using them, all that. So first I'm going to go with Cooper Black. This is what is considered a serif font, obviously, but it's a comic serif font. It is just kind of a more detailed description of it, comic font. And for modern, one I'll use is Denmark. Pretty sure a lot of y'all are familiar with this. This font, it gets used quite a bit. Very modern looking, very effective font. Of course, it also depends on what you're using it for. But I use it for a lot of different things, and it always usually works. Clients usually like it, and I enjoy using it. And for random's going to be different. We're going to do this, instead of changing the font, I'm going to teach you a little technique. So what we're going to do is just going to go to Type and Create Outlines. And basically what this does is now this is no longer editable text. So we can't go back in and change the font. So make sure you have the right font you want to use first. And then we'll go to Edit and, not Edit, where's it at? Make sure it's selected. And then we'll go to Object and Ungroup. So now we have each letter is its own individual path. So what we're going to do to make this random is we're just going to drag some of this stuff out and make the text actually look random, but yet still, legible so people can read it. So let's make the R bigger, bring the A a little bit over here, rotate some stuff, and, just really make it look, random, I guess you can say, obviously. And, but still legible, so if you had someone come up, they can read it. Basically, that's all I have for this first tutorial. I hope that you'll have fun with this. I know for those of you who are used to this kind of thing, you're into the whole graphic design thing, you've had experience in it and all that. This isn't your type of video, I understand. There will be more advanced tutorials and all that. This is just a stepping stone for those who need just a little push forward in the right direction. So basically, don't use the 4 words I use, because I already gave you, direction on that. So choose 4 different words. You can use happy or sad, contrast, color. Work with colors too. Get to know how your colors work together. You can use antique, old, just a lot of different description words, and try to find fonts for them. Try to, really see what different fonts can do what, and see how, how your fonts affect your overall design. Well, that's what I've got for today for this first tutorial on this basic training. Just, comment, subscribe, and I'll have some more videos posted in the future.